Amazon replaces Walmart as number one in revenues. OXXO USA welcomes a Mexican quick service restaurant into one of its locations, and Walgreens layoffs surpass 600. Welcome to Retail Daily, your quick look at the top stories from supermarket news and CSP Daily News. I'm CSP editor Chuck Yulee.
And I'm Supermarket News Senior Editor Bill Wilson.
Amazon replaces Walmart as number one in revenues. Diversified e-commerce pioneer Amazon has surpassed Walmart as the largest company in the world, based on annual revenues for the most recent fiscal year. Walmart on Thursday reported $713.2 billion in annual revenues for the year versus $716.9 billion for Amazon. As a result, Amazon will now sit atop the Fortune 500 when the list of the largest companies is published in June, Fortune magazine reported. Walmart had been number one for the past 13 years, but Amazon has been gaining rapidly, driven largely by its technology services businesses. Amazon's revenues were up 12.4% in fiscal 2025 versus 4.7% for Walmart.
Walgreens layoffs surpassed 600, just one day after Walgreens confirmed that it would lay off 159 workers at a distribution center in Texas. The company said it will also cut a total of 469 positions in Illinois. The latest cuts will primarily impact the company's corporate support center and field leadership positions, Walgreens said in a statement. The cuts are part of an effort to simplify the organization as it focuses on improving the in-store experience, a company spokesperson said. Walgreens has been restructuring under the private ownership of Sycamore Partners, which acquired the drugstore chain last August.
OXXO USA on Thursday welcomed the Mexican quick-service restaurant chain Gorditas Doña Tota into one of its locations in El Paso, Texas. The addition, in what OXXO calls a, quote, clip-in format, unquote, is part of the convenience store chain's aim of continuing to strengthen its value proposition. Gorditas Doña Tota sells freshly prepared gorditas, tacos, Mexican stews, and more. This is the second such addition in as many months, as OXXO in January held a grand opening for its first Ditch artisan bread store inside another one of its convenience stores, also in El Paso.
The Center for American Progress, a nonpartisan policy institute based in Washington, D.C., announced a proposal for the federal government Thursday aimed at lowering grocery prices. The plan includes three parts, including capping prices on basic food items such as eggs, milk, bread, and produce in the short term. The proposal would also offer incentives to food companies that participate. Grocery price inflation slowed in January to 2.1% year over year, as some core categories posted slight month-to-month declines.
British American Tobacco said it is on track to deliver its 2025 fiscal year guidance. The company reported that it added 4.7 million non-combustible consumers during the year, bringing its smokeless consumer base to 34.1 million. Smokeless products now account for 18.2% of group revenue, up 70 basis points versus fiscal 2024.
2026 is going to be challenging. That's according to Sprouts Farmers Market, the health-focused grocer that reported fourth quarter and full-year earnings on Thursday. Sprouts said consumers continue to be pressured by high prices and that it expects its same-store sales to turn negative during the first quarter. For its fourth quarter, Sprouts reported same-store sales growth of 1.6%, with net sales of $2.1 billion. That's an 8% increase from a year ago. For the full year, Sprouts comparable store sales rose 7.3%, with net sales of $8.8 billion. And that will do it for today's episode of Retail Daily. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more for your daily dose of retail news. For more on these stories, visit CSP Daily News and Supermarket News. I'm Bill Wilson.
And I'm Chuck Yulee. Have a great day.